They told you abundance would take years. They told you to wait, to be patient, to keep working in silence while life moves slowly. But what if I told you that your breakthrough, your sudden overflow, is not crawling toward you? It's sprinting. Chosen one, your abundance is coming faster than you think, and the signs are already surrounding you. They're whispering in the late-night silence, appearing in the numbers you keep seeing, hidden in the very shifts of your life that once felt like losses. You thought you were being delayed, but in truth, you were being accelerated. The universe doesn't play by human timelines. God doesn't measure your progress by the clock hanging on your wall. What feels late to you is always on time in the spiritual realm. That's why so many doors slammed in your face, why so many seasons of waiting seemed endless. Because your sudden abundance couldn't arrive until every counterfeit blessing, every false connection, every distraction was cleared out of your path. What's about to hit you is not gradual, it's not a drip, it's a flood. Pause for a moment and hit the like button if this already speaks to your soul. Because we're about to go deep, and this message isn't just another feel-good speech. This is a revelation. This is a wake-up call to prepare for what's rushing toward you. Think about the struggles you've carried for years, the financial droughts, the endless prayers that felt ignored, the lonely nights when you whispered, "When will it be my turn?" You didn't realize it, but those very moments were stacking up unseen blessings in your favor. The chosen ones don't just receive abundance, they receive it suddenly, at the exact moment it will shock every single person who doubted them. That's why it's taking shape in the shadows right now. Have you noticed the strange shifts lately? The people walking out of your life unexpectedly? The sudden desire to separate yourself from certain environments, certain habits, certain toxic conversations. That's not random. That's positioning. The universe is pulling you into alignment because your table is being prepared, and not everyone is meant to sit at it. The speed at which things are changing for you may even feel uncomfortable, like you're being stripped bare. But listen, emptiness always comes before overflow. Here's the truth no one told you. Sudden abundance rarely looks like a blessing at first. It often arrives disguised as loss. That job rejection that made you cry, that friendship breakup that left you confused, that missed opportunity you thought ruined everything, all of it was preparation. Your spirit was being recalibrated so that when the abundance hits, you won't sabotage it, you won't mishandle it, you won't waste it on people who were never worthy of it. And the acceleration? It's already here. Some of you are about to wake up one morning and find that everything shifted overnight. Money you thought would take years to save suddenly lands in your lap. Doors you thought were bolted shut swing open with no explanation. The person who dismissed you, who overlooked you, will suddenly have to watch you elevated to a position they never believed you could hold. That's what it means to be chosen. The reward comes quickly, unexpectedly, unapologetically. But let me ask you something. Are you truly ready for it? Because abundance isn't just about material blessings. It's about responsibility. When the spotlight hits, will you shine or will you shrink? When wealth flows, will you invest it in your purpose, or will you let greed and ego destroy you? This is why the chosen ones walk through fire before they taste the overflow, because only the purified can carry the sudden blessing without collapsing under its weight. Picture it. You've been scraping, struggling, holding on to hope by a thread. Then suddenly, the call comes, the opportunity arrives, the check clears, the email lands in your inbox. It doesn't trickle in, it crashes down like a wave. That's why you feel the tension in your spirit right now. That's why your dreams feel heavy and your nights restless. It's not anxiety, it's anticipation. Your soul knows what your eyes haven't seen yet. The abundance is on its way, and it's moving faster than you can comprehend. You can sense it in the synchronicities, the repeated numbers, the déjà vu moments, the strange feeling that everything is lining up even when you can't explain how. These are not coincidences. They're previews. They're hints that the divine is orchestrating something behind the curtain. Imagine standing in front of a stage, the lights dimmed, the curtain still closed, but you can hear the movement, the whispers, the instruments tuning. You don't see the performance yet, but you know something powerful is about to begin. That's exactly where you are right now. Let me be blunt. Some of you are about to be elevated so fast that it will terrify the people around you. They won't understand how you leaped from struggle to success in the blink of an eye. They'll whisper, they'll doubt, they'll try to rationalize it away. But the truth is, they can't explain divine acceleration. When God decides, it's your time, no enemy, no delay, no system. No person can stop it. And here's the twist. You won't even see it coming in the way you expect. Abundance often arrives through unexpected channels. That side idea you thought was small, it becomes the very thing that changes your life. That connection you almost overlooked, it becomes the key to your next level. That tiny step of faith you made in silence, it opens a floodgate. Abundance doesn't always knock politely. It sometimes breaks down the door. So brace yourself, because when it comes, it will demand that you rise. You can't cling to the old version of yourself while stepping into the overflow. That fearful, doubtful, second-guessing version of you cannot survive in the season you're entering. The abundance isn't just money, success, or recognition. It's the expansion of your entire identity. The chosen ones aren't blessed just to look blessed. They are transformed so deeply that they become the blessing. Now, let me ask you this. Are you willing to let go of everything you thought abundance would look like so that you can receive it in the form it's truly meant to arrive? Because the danger is this. If you cling too tightly to your old vision, you might miss the new reality rushing toward you. The abundance is not coming in the package you imagined. It's coming faster, stranger, bigger, and more disruptive. So don't be fooled by the silence right now. Don't mistake the waiting room for the final destination. You're not stuck. You're being positioned. And the shift is not years away. It's closer than you think. Chosen one, your sudden abundance is racing toward you like a tidal wave. And the question is, will you be ready to stand when it hits? You feel the shift before it arrives. It's like the air around you is charged with something invisible, something unexplainable. Some call it intuition, others call it discernment, but you know it's more than that. It's the spiritual vibration of change. The chosen ones always sense the abundance before it touches their hands. That's why you feel restless. That's why your spirit can't settle. It's because the very frequency of your life is being rewritten. And soon, your external world will have no choice but to match the power rising within you. Listen carefully. Abundance moves faster than logic. That's why people who calculate, who try to measure your success by human standards, always get confused when it happens. They look at your history, your background, your circumstances, and think you're years away from breakthrough. They don't know that when heaven declares it, the timeline collapses. One divine yes cancels out 1,000 earthly no's. This is why you had to go through the rejection phase. Because when the doors swung shut, you learned to stop, relying on them. You learned to stand in faith even when everything around you screamed otherwise. And now, that same resilience is what makes you unstoppable. You are not fragile anymore. You've been forged in fire. And when abundance comes this fast, only the forged can handle it. Think about a seed. Buried underground, it looks dead for weeks. The soil is dark, the silence is heavy, and to anyone watching, it seems like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, roots are forming. The foundation is spreading wide, preparing to hold the weight of what's about to burst forth. And then one day, suddenly, a sprout breaks through the dirt. No one saw the underground work, they only see the sudden breakthrough. That is exactly what's happening with you. People saw the darkness, the waiting, the silence, but they're about to witness the sudden sprouting of everything you've been promised. But here's the twist. It won't just be one sprout, it'll be multiple at once. Opportunities coming from all directions. Phone calls, messages, ideas, collaborations, money flows, all appearing like a domino effect. This is what sudden abundance looks like. It's not just one thing changing. It's a cascade of blessings, one after another, so fast you barely have time to catch your breath. That's why your preparation matters. Sudden abundance without preparation can feel overwhelming, even destructive. If you don't know how to carry it, you'll lose it. If you don't know how to channel it, it'll drown you. So ask yourself now, what systems, what habits, what boundaries do you need to set so that when the flood comes, you're ready? Because the blessing is guaranteed, but your ability to sustain it, that's on you. The chosen ones are tested in obscurity for a reason. Your struggles weren't punishment, they were training. Every financial drought taught you discipline. Every heartbreak taught you discernment. Every delay sharpened your patience. Every betrayal revealed who was real and who was only there for the crumbs. So when the abundance pours, you won't scatter it into the wrong hands. You won't let leeches drain you. You won't let the same cycles repeat. You've been upgraded, and your spirit knows how to protect what's coming. But let me remind you of something shocking. Your sudden abundance won't only bless you, it will expose others. The same people who laughed at your struggle will have to watch you rise. The ones who underestimated you will have to adjust to your new level. Some will try to attach themselves to your blessing after abandoning you in your wilderness, but their season in your life is already over. And the more you rise, the clearer the separation becomes. And you must accept this. Abundance comes with exposure. You can't hide anymore. You can't play small, can't blend into the background. Sudden blessings are loud. They announce themselves, and with them, they announce you. Are you ready to carry that weight? To shine in front of people who once wished you failure? To stand in blessings so undeniable that even your enemies are forced to acknowledge them? Because chosen one, that's part of your assignment. Imagine this. Your phone rings, and it's the opportunity you thought would never return. You check your account, and numbers you've never seen before are staring back at you. You step outside, and strangers are drawn to your energy without even knowing why. Everything accelerates, everything shifts, everything aligns at once. This is not a fantasy, it's the reality that's forming as you listen to this. And when it hits, it will feel almost unreal, like stepping into a dream. But it won't be a dream. It will be the manifestation of every seed you planted in silence. Here's the warning though, don't sabotage it. Don't let fear trick you into thinking you're unworthy. Don't let imposter syndrome whisper lies that you can't handle the level you're rising into. Remember this, abundance doesn't come to the perfect, it comes to the prepared, and you are prepared. The trials you survived are your qualification. The faith you held onto is your currency. The tears you shed are receipts for the harvest you're about to reap. And make no mistake, it won't be delayed. It won't drag its feet. It won't creep slowly. This is not a season of gradual change. It's a season of sudden acceleration. Like the snap of a finger, like the turning of a page. Everything shifts. That's why you must stay awake, stay alert, stay ready. Don't waste time doubting when you should be preparing. Don't waste energy clinging to what's ending when you should be opening your hands to what's beginning. Because chosen one, the season you're entering is rare. Not everyone experiences this kind of acceleration. Many live their whole lives waiting for gradual blessings. But you are about to taste sudden abundance. And when it hits, it won't just elevate you, it will ripple outward. Your family will feel it. Generations after you will be touched by it. Communities will be changed by it. This isn't just for you, it's through you. And here's the mystery. While others are waiting for signs, the chosen ones are already being pulled into alignment. That's why you can't explain the restless energy. That's why certain opportunities are circling back. That's why your spirit feels both excited and nervous at the same time. It's because you're standing at the edge of sudden transformation. You're on the brink of stepping into something that will redefine every story you've told yourself about who you are. So take a deep breath, because what's coming next is about to sweep you off your feet. This is not the time to shrink, not the time to hide, not the time to apologize for being chosen. You were built for this. The sudden abundance is closer than you realize. And when it hits, your only job will be to stand firm and claim it as yours. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the sound of a door unlocking. That's what's happening in your life right now. Locks are clicking open in the spiritual realm. You may not hear it with your ears yet, but your soul already knows it. Every prayer, every sleepless night, every tear, every sacrifice has been adding weight to that key. And now, the key has finally turned. The door is opening. What's behind it will not trickle in slowly. It will flood you all at once. But here's what most people don't realize. Sudden abundance doesn't just show up on your doorstep. It breaks through the atmosphere. It shifts your environment so powerfully that nothing looks the same afterward. Have you noticed how your routines feel disrupted lately? How things you once tolerated now feel unbearable? That's because your environment is being shaken to make room for the overflow. Your old normal cannot survive in your new abundance. Think of a caterpillar. Before it becomes a butterfly, its entire body breaks down inside the cocoon. Everything it once was has to dissolve so that what it is meant to become can take form. That process looks like destruction, but it's actually transformation. That's why your life has felt like chaos. It's not destruction, it's preparation for flight. And when the wings spread, there is no going back to crawling. Chosen one, you're not just stepping into a new season, you're stepping into a new identity. The abundance that's coming will require you to think differently, move differently, speak differently, believe differently. You cannot carry scarcity thoughts into an overflow season. If you keep thinking small, the blessing will outgrow your mindset. That's why the universe has been stretching you, forcing you to see bigger, to believe beyond your limits. Let me shock you with this. Some of the opportunities rushing towards you right now are bigger than what you even prayed for. You asked for stability, but what's coming is expansion. You asked for enough to get by, but what's coming is more than enough to bless others. You asked for a way out of your situation, but what's coming is a platform so big that others will find their way out through you. That's the magnitude of sudden abundance. It exceeds what your human imagination dared to request. And this is why fear tries to creep in right before the breakthrough. You've felt it, haven't you? That voice whispering, what if you're not ready? What if you fail? What if it all falls apart? That's not intuition, that's resistance. Fear always roars the loudest right before the blessing arrives. The enemy of your soul wants to convince you to walk away from the very door that's about to swing open. Don't fall for it. Fear is the last guard standing before your abundance. Once you walk through, its voice will lose its power forever. Here's another truth most won't tell you. Sudden abundance demands sudden decisions. When the opportunity comes, you won't have weeks to overthink it. You'll have to move, to step, to claim it without hesitation. That's why you've been training in faith. That's why you've been learning to trust your intuition. Because when the phone rings, when the offer appears, when the door opens, you must say yes without fear. The delay is over, and hesitation will cost you. Let me ask you, what would you do if the very thing you've been praying for landed in your hands tonight? Would you know how to carry it? Would you know how to protect it? Would you know how to grow it? If that question makes you nervous, it's a sign to prepare now. Don't wait for the abundance to arrive before you set boundaries, before you create structure, before you decide who has access to you. Get ready now, because when the wave hits, there will be no time to scramble. And here's the beauty of sudden abundance. It comes with vindication. Those who mocked you will be silenced. Those who doubted you will be humbled. Those who walked away will regret it. Your very existence will become proof that divine timing is real. They thought you were finished, forgotten, buried. What they didn't realize is that chosen ones don't stay buried. They're planted. And every seed planted in tears will one day rise in harvest. That day is approaching faster than you can imagine. You might be wondering, why me? Why now? Why this sudden acceleration after years of waiting? Because you're ready. Not because you're perfect, not because you're flawless, but because you survived what was meant to break you. The pain didn't destroy you, it refined you. The setbacks didn't kill your spirit, they sharpened it. And now, heaven has found you trustworthy. That's why your blessing is rushing in. Not crawling, not strolling, but rushing, because the world needs what you carry. Pause for a moment and feel that truth. This abundance isn't random, it's assignment-driven. It's not just about you being comfortable, it's about you being positioned to lead, to inspire, to uplift, to shift atmospheres. Your abundance is a tool, a weapon, a light. It's not coming to make you ordinary, it's coming to make you undeniable. Now let me warn you of something important. Sudden abundance will test your humility. When the spotlight hits, the temptation to boast, to prove, to clap back at your doubters will be strong. But chosen ones don't need to prove anything. Your success will speak louder than your words ever could. Stay grounded. Stay grateful. Remember the wilderness that shaped you. Because humility is what keeps abundance flowing. Pride is what blocks it. Imagine walking into a room where once you felt invisible, and suddenly every eye is on you. Imagine stepping into spaces where once you had no access, and suddenly doors open without resistance. Imagine holding in your hands the very things you used to dream about late at night, and realizing it's real. This is not wishful thinking, it's prophetic alignment. And it's closer than you think. Do you feel the urgency in your spirit? That's because this message isn't meant to soothe you. It's meant to awaken you, to stir you into readiness, to remind you that what's approaching will not wait for you to get comfortable. The abundance is already moving. The only question is, will you rise to meet it, or will you let it pass you by? Chosen one, you didn't come this far to miss your moment. You didn't survive the fire to stay standing in ashes. You didn't carry the weight of trials just to live an average life. No, you were chosen for overflow. And now the overflow is accelerating toward you, faster than you ever dreamed possible. So lift your head, strengthen your spirit, open your hands, because what's about to pour into your life will leave you speechless. The moment you stop doubting and start expecting, the atmosphere shifts. The abundance rushing toward you isn't waiting on chance. It's waiting on your alignment. That's why the chosen ones feel pressure right before the blessing. Pressure to clean up their inner world. Pressure to release dead weight. Pressure to sharpen their focus. It's not punishment, it's preparation. Because the sudden overflow can only land on solid ground. Think about it. If a flood poured into a cracked vessel, what would happen? It would leak. The blessing would be wasted. That's why you've been patched up, repaired, reshaped. Every painful season you endured was sealing the cracks, strengthening your foundation, making sure that when the flood arrives, you can hold it without losing it. Your trials were not random. They were repairs in disguise. And now, the repairs are complete. You can feel it, can't you? That strange confidence rising in you, even though nothing has shifted yet. That's not arrogance, that's recognition. Your spirit already knows what's on its way. You may still be in the waiting room physically, but spiritually, you've already crossed into the promise. That's why you don't fit into old conversations anymore, why old cycles no longer tempt you. You've outgrown them because you've stepped into a frequency that demands abundance. Here's what you must understand. Sudden blessings come with sudden responsibility. If you think abundance is only about ease, you're mistaken. The blessing is heavy. It requires you to stand taller, to think bigger, to move with precision. Many crave abundance, but crumble when it comes, because they never built the discipline to hold it. But your discipline has been forged in silence. Your patience has been trained in shadows, and now you're equipped to carry what others would drop. But let me press deeper. Your sudden abundance is not coming just to answer your prayers. It's coming to reveal God's power through you. That's why it's going to be dramatic. That's why it will happen so fast that people won't be able to deny it. The speed of your rise is part of the testimony. You weren't supposed to make it, yet here you are. You weren't supposed to be seen, yet here you stand in the spotlight. You weren't supposed to thrive, yet you're about to overflow. This isn't just about money either. Money is only one piece. Your abundance will come in love, in peace, in clarity, in opportunities, in influence. For some of you, the very thing you've been starved of, genuine connection, loyal support, peace of mind, is about to flood your life in ways that make you wonder how you ever lived without it. Abundance isn't just wealth, it's wholeness. It's when every dry place is watered, every broken piece restored, every empty space filled. And don't be surprised when the timing feels strange. It won't come when you think you're most prepared. It won't arrive in the neat package you designed in your mind. It'll break in suddenly, catching you off guard. That's the nature of divine abundance. It interrupts. It shows up when the room is least expecting it. It arrives when everyone counted you out. That's why it's called sudden. You may even notice small previews right now. Unexpected calls, random opportunities, unexplained favor. Don't dismiss these as coincidences. They are the tremors before the earthquake. The universe always gives hints before the breakthrough fully crashes in. Pay attention to the little shifts, because they are proof that the bigger wave is already on its way. But here's the question. When it comes, will you expand or shrink? Will you rise into the version of yourself abundance demands? Or will you cling to the old identity that kept you small? Because chosen one, the overflow cannot be carried by your past self. You'll have to step boldly into the upgraded you. The you that doesn't apologize for being blessed. The you that doesn't shrink when others get uncomfortable. The you that walks with authority, knowing you were chosen for this exact moment. And be prepared. Sudden abundance will expose the pretenders around you. Fake friends will reveal themselves. Jealous hearts will grow louder. People who once ignored you will suddenly reach out, pretending they always supported you. Don't be fooled. Abundance attracts both light and shadow. You'll need sharp discernment to know who is truly for you and who only wants access to what you've received. This exposure isn't to hurt you, it's to protect you. Abundance is too precious to waste on counterfeit connections. Imagine standing at the center of a storm, but instead of chaos, it's blessings swirling around you. Opportunities you never saw coming. Relationships you didn't even dare to pray for. Breakthroughs stacked on breakthroughs. That's what's about to engulf your life. And it will happen so quickly that you'll barely have time to process it before the next blessing lands. But don't lose yourself in the wave. Anchor yourself in gratitude. Gratitude is the lock that keeps the door open. When you remain thankful, you prove that you value the abundance, that you honor the source, that you won't let entitlement poison your spirit. Gratitude will keep the blessings flowing. Entitlement will block them. So make gratitude your constant posture, even when the overflow feels overwhelming. And here's the part that will surprise you. Sudden abundance doesn't just elevate you, it changes your very presence. Your energy becomes magnetic. Doors open simply because you walk into the room. People can't explain why they're drawn to you, why they want to help you, why they feel peace in your presence. That's the glow of divine abundance. It's not just seen, it's felt. So let me ask you again. Are you ready to carry that kind of weight? Ready to shine in spaces where you were once invisible? Ready to become the evidence that sudden abundance is real? Because whether you feel ready or not, it's already set in motion. You can't stop it. You can only prepare for it. Chosen one, your life is about to become a living testimony of divine acceleration. The same mouth that said you wouldn't make it will be forced to say, I don't know how they did it, but they did. And you won't even need to explain, because your abundance will be louder than any explanation you could give. Take this moment to let it sink in. The silence, the waiting, the tears, the losses, the rejections, they were never signs of abandonment. They were signs of alignment. And now, that alignment has pulled you into the path of a flood you cannot stop. Get ready, because it's coming faster than you think, and when it comes, nothing will ever be the same again. And here's what makes this moment so extraordinary. Your sudden abundance is not crawling toward you, it is racing. Every delay you thought was working against you was actually compounding in your favor. Think of it like a slingshot. The further you were pulled back, the greater the force that will launch you forward. You thought you were being restricted, when in truth you were being positioned for acceleration. That's why you'll notice things happening faster than you imagined. What once took years will now happen in months. What once seemed impossible will suddenly appear effortless. This is not random, it's divine timing intersecting with your readiness. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, why are so many things starting to align in ways you can't explain? Why are you meeting the right people at the right time, noticing repeating numbers, or stumbling into opportunities that feel almost too precise? That's the sign. The universe doesn't deal in coincidences, it deals in divine orchestration. If you've been seeing signs, it's because heaven has already scheduled your breakthrough. Your sudden abundance is not pending, it's already in motion. But abundance is not just about money, though money will surely flow to you. Abundance is peace in your mind, clarity in your path, love that nurtures you, and strength that cannot be shaken. When you receive this sudden abundance, it will not be in one small corner of your life. It will spread like fire through every area. You will see opportunities open, health restored, confidence reignited, and relationships healed or replaced with better ones. This is the kind of overflow that leaves you in awe, whispering to yourself, how did everything change so quickly? And the answer will always be, because it was your time. Imagine a dam holding back a river. For years, the water has been building, pressing against the barrier. You thought nothing was happening, but one crack forms, then another, and suddenly the pressure is too much to contain. The dam breaks, and the flow is unstoppable. That is, the abundance coming into your life. It will not trickle, it will flood. And when it floods, nothing and no one can stop it. That's why people who counted you out will be shocked. They won't understand how you rose so suddenly, but you will know. You will know it was divine release. Here's the deeper truth. Abundance comes faster when you stop chasing it and start embodying it. When you begin to live in expectation instead of desperation, things shift. Because desperation pushes what you desire away, but expectation magnetizes it toward you. That's why chosen ones often see sudden breakthroughs right after moments of surrender. The moment you release control, God takes control. The moment you say, I trust the timing accelerates. You are about to witness that. Your sudden abundance is also a weapon. It's not just to bless you, it's to silence every doubt, every enemy, every whisper that said you were unworthy. When people see what's unfolding for you, they won't be able to deny your anointing. This abundance will not only elevate your life, it will vindicate your struggle. Every tear, every lonely night, every battle you thought you lost will be transformed into undeniable evidence that you were chosen for greatness. And once the blessing is visible, it will speak louder than any defense you could ever give. But here's what you must be ready for. Abundance shifts the atmosphere around you. When your life begins to accelerate, not everyone will celebrate. Some will envy, some will question, some will even plot. That's why the suddenness of your abundance is also a test. Will you stay grounded? Will you stay humble? Will you remember the source of your blessing? If you do, the flow will never stop. But if you let pride or fear creep in, you risk slowing what was meant to be unstoppable. This is why I say to you right now, prepare. Prepare as if it's already done. Speak as if it's already here. Walk as if doors are already opening, because your vibration must match your vision before it manifests fully. If you carry doubt, the flow hesitates. If you carry faith, the flow accelerates. And chosen one, you've carried enough doubt. It's time to carry faith so strong that the universe itself cannot resist responding. You're standing on the edge of an avalanche of blessings. And once it begins, there will be no turning it back. So ask yourself, are you ready to receive more than you asked for? Are you ready for the kind of abundance that changes not just your life, but the lives of those around you? Because that is exactly what's coming. Sudden, overflowing, undeniable abundance, moving faster than you think. And as the silence grows louder, you'll begin to notice that your blessings are not coming in fragments anymore. They are coming in waves, unstoppable, undeniable, rushing toward you like a flood that cannot be contained. This is the season where what once felt delayed will arrive all at once, and the shock of it will feel almost unreal. People will stare at your life and whisper, "How did everything change for them so suddenly?" But you will know that it was not sudden at all. It was built in the shadows, in the tears, in the prayers you thought went unanswered. Every moment of silence was secretly preparing the roar of abundance that is now breaking through. And here's the truth that will shake you. The very things that felt like rejection were actually redirections into the exact position for overflow. Think about it. If that door had stayed open, if that person had stayed in your life, if that path had worked out, you would not have been standing where the abundance was meant to fall. Sometimes, the universe has to drag you through storms to drop you under the rain cloud of blessing, because left to your own will, you would have never positioned yourself correctly. Pause here for a moment. Doesn't it feel like everything you thought you lost is somehow coming back to you in a greater form? That job you didn't get, that person who walked away, that opportunity that slipped from your hands, all of them were seeds that had to die so new life could spring up. And now, the harvest is bigger than you could have imagined. That's why you will not just receive enough, you will receive more than enough. Abundance doesn't come in small doses. It comes in overflow, shaking you with the realization that you are finally free from scarcity. But here's the part that most people never expect. Sudden abundance is not just money, not just success, not just opportunities. It is peace. It is clarity. It is freedom from the chains that once bound you. You'll wake up one morning and realize you are no longer the person fighting to survive, but the person chosen to thrive. Your energy has shifted so much that even your silence speaks louder than your words. Even your presence changes the atmosphere of a room. And be warned, not everyone will clap for you when this happens. Some will watch silently, pretending not to notice while inside they are burning with questions. How did you rise so fast? How did they do it without me? Others will come with fake smiles, trying to stand near the glow of your abundance, hoping it will spill over onto them. But you must remember, not everyone who watches you is meant to walk with you. Some are, only spectators, not participants, and their jealousy is proof that your sudden abundance is undeniable. Now lean into this, because the moment you stop apologizing for your blessings is the moment your abundance multiplies. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. Stop pretending you are the same person you were last year. You are not. The chosen one evolves, and with evolution comes separation. Abundance does not just elevate your life, it separates you from those who cannot handle your light. And that separation is sacred. You will feel it. The energy shifting, the doors opening without effort, the weight lifting from your chest. Your steps will feel guided, your mind clearer, your spirit lighter. And in those moments, you'll realize something profound. It was never about chasing abundance. It was about becoming the kind of person abundance couldn't resist. When your energy aligns with destiny, blessings don't trickle in. They rush. They overflow. They transform every corner of your existence. So don't fear the suddenness. Don't question it when everything starts falling into place faster than you imagined. Don't sabotage it by thinking it's too good to be true. Remember, you paid the price in silence, in pain, in nights when no one else saw your tears. You've already endured the suffering. Now it's time to endure the blessing. And yes, blessings can be hard to endure if you're not ready to carry them. That's why the waiting season was so long. It was training you for the weight of abundance. Get ready, because you're about to walk into rooms that once felt impossible to enter. You're about to hold in your hands what you once only dreamed about. And when it happens, don't be surprised if even you are stunned by the speed of it all. What once took years will now happen in days. What once felt like a mountain will now feel like a stepping stone. This is the acceleration of destiny, and it is yours. And here's the truth many will never tell you. Sudden abundance doesn't come because you've been perfect. It comes because you've been persistent. You stayed the course when storms tried to push you off. You kept walking when it felt like the ground beneath you was crumbling. You kept believing when every voice around you said, "It's over." That stubborn faith, that unshakable inner knowing, is the very key that has unlocked the flow of blessings heading your way. The universe always rewards those who refuse to quit. Your reward is not delayed anymore, it's being delivered faster than you expect. What looks like delay is often divine alignment. Think about it. There are opportunities being prepared behind the scenes, people being moved into position, doors being unlocked quietly. By the time you arrive, everything will be set up in such a way that you won't even have to struggle to make it work. Abundance will not just trickle in, it will meet you in waves, because your season of lack has expired. The very energy that once tried to keep you bound has lost its grip, and that's why things are accelerating for you now. But here's where you must be careful. Sudden abundance attracts both light and shadows. The same people who once doubted you will suddenly want to attach themselves to you. They will come with smiles, with praises, pretending to support, but deep down they're hoping to drain you. That's why discernment is your shield in this season. Not everyone clapping for you is happy for you. Some are only watching to see how they can take from you. Guard your blessings the same way you guarded your dreams when no one believed in them. And don't think for a moment that you're not ready for what's coming. You might feel small now, but when abundance lands, you will grow into it naturally. Just like a seed doesn't ask itself if it's ready to become a tree, it simply grows into its purpose. You will rise to the occasion because the abundance prepared for you has been designed to match the strength, wisdom, and maturity you've been building all along. Every disappointment, every delay, every night you cried was adding to the strength you'll now need to manage what's about to pour into your life. Imagine this. One day, you're wondering how you'll make ends meet, and the next, opportunities are chasing you down. Messages flood your phone. Calls you never thought you'd get suddenly appear. Doors you once knocked on and got no answer now swing wide open. This isn't fantasy. This is the speed at which abundance can appear when your season has arrived. Some people spend years grinding for a single breakthrough, but for you, it will feel like a floodgate has opened. What once took years will happen in months. What once took months will happen in days. That is the nature of divine acceleration. Don't ignore the signs either. The universe always whispers before it shouts. You may notice small blessings, little bursts of good fortune, a sense of lightness in your spirit, unexpected favors that come out of nowhere. Those are previews of the abundance building momentum behind the curtain. Pay attention to them, because the more you recognize them, the more they multiply. Gratitude is the fuel that keeps abundance flowing. If you can celebrate the small wins now, you'll be trusted with the bigger ones that are racing toward you. And here's the wildest part. Some of the blessings coming your way won't even come from the places you've been working hardest in. They'll come sideways, from unexpected directions, from sources you never imagined. You might have thought one door was the path, but life will shock you by opening another you didn't even see. That's why flexibility is power. Don't get so stuck on how you think abundance should show up that you miss the miraculous ways it will. Your breakthrough may not look like what you pictured, but it will feel even better than you imagined. Take this moment seriously, because you're standing on the edge of a shift that will not only change your bank account, but your relationships, your environment, your identity. People will no longer see you as who you used to be, but as someone elevated, chosen, unstoppable. And that transformation can happen almost overnight. That's why the warning is clear. Stay humble, Stay grounded, but also stay prepared. Abundance isn't just money, it's influence, it's peace, it's opportunities, it's healing, and all of it is rushing into your life right now. So pause and let this sink in. You're not waiting anymore, you're aligning. You're not hoping anymore, you're receiving. Every single step you've taken to get here has been preparing you for this very moment, and now the release is happening faster than you think. You've been preparing for this moment without even realizing it. Every setback was training your spirit to hold the weight of what's coming. You see, abundance isn't just money. Abundance is health. It's peace of mind. It's opportunities you didn't even pray for showing up at your doorstep. It's the right people coming into your life. People who don't drain you, but instead uplift you. It's doors you thought were locked forever swinging wide open with your name carved on them. This is why things have been delayed, because what's about to flood into your life isn't small. It's not a trickle, it's a wave, and only the strongest can survive a wave without drowning in it. That's why you've been strengthened, tested, and molded. Have you noticed lately how people who once ignored you are now circling back? That's not by accident. They feel the shift in your energy. They sense the abundance before it even materializes fully. Some of them want to reconnect, not because they suddenly care, but because they can smell what's coming. They know favor is surrounding you, and they want a piece of it. Be careful, chosen one, because not everyone who claps for you is celebrating you. Some are simply trying to get close enough to benefit from what's about to be released into your life. Protect your space, because your abundance will attract not only blessings, but also opportunists. But don't let that make you paranoid. Let it remind you of how powerful your energy has become. You're walking in a frequency now that cannot be ignored. Even strangers can feel it. You walk into a room, and the atmosphere shifts. That's abundance in its purest form. Because abundance begins within before it manifests without. You've cultivated it inside of you, and now the outer world is simply catching up. That's why it's happening faster than you think. Because the inner work you've been doing has already set the stage. The seed has already grown roots, and now it's breaking through the soil into full bloom. Pause for a moment and let this sink in. You're about to live in answered prayers. Not just one, not just two, but a series of manifestations that will collide all at once. You won't even have time to process one blessing before another is already knocking on your door. That's why your spirit has been restless lately. That's why you've been feeling like something big is around the corner, because your soul already knows. It can feel the acceleration. It's like being on a roller coaster at the very top. Everything slows down for a moment, and then suddenly, momentum takes over and you can't stop it even if you wanted to. That's exactly where you are right now. The suddenness of it will shock you. One day, you'll wake up with the same routine, the same thoughts, the same surroundings, but by the time you lay your head down that night, something will have shifted forever. That's how quickly abundance can come. You've been conditioned to believe it takes years, struggle, and endless effort. And yes, you've put in effort. You've endured years of struggle. But the actual arrival of abundance happens suddenly. It feels like a floodgate bursting open, like years of pressure finally releasing in an instant. That moment is closer than you realize. Imagine this: an email, a phone call, a chance encounter, a message that appears out of nowhere. This is how destiny introduces itself. Not with a warning, not with a slow build-up, but with a breakthrough, so undeniable that your life instantly shifts to a new trajectory. And when it happens, you won't even doubt it. You'll know this is the moment everything you endured was preparing you for. Chosen one, abundance is about alignment. You don't chase it, you align with it. And right now, your alignment has reached a tipping point. Your energy is so aligned with what you desire that the universe has no choice but to respond. That's why things are moving faster. That's why you feel the quickening in your spirit. Because once alignment locks in, delays break and speed takes over. What's next for you is not just increase, it's overflow. Not just provision, it's surplus. Not just enough to get by, but more than enough, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. The type of abundance that makes you realize you're not just blessed for yourself, but so you can be a blessing to others. This isn't just about you living comfortably. It's about you stepping into your divine role as a carrier of abundance for others. Your life will become proof that God doesn't just restore, He multiplies. And here's the truth you need to remember. Sudden abundance doesn't come to those who are lucky. It comes to those who are chosen, those who stayed faithful when everything in their life screamed at them to give up. That's you. You didn't give up. You held on. And because of that, you're about to experience what many only dream of but never see. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit right now? That's confirmation. You're not listening to this by accident. You're listening because you're standing at the edge of sudden acceleration, sudden abundance, sudden elevation, and nothing can stop it now. And suddenly, everything you once thought was lost begins to return, but not in the same way it left. The broken pieces of your past aren't coming back shattered. They're returning as treasures, upgraded and multiplied. The tears you cried have been counted, and each one is being exchanged for a blessing so great it will silence the voices that doubted you. Can you feel it? That tension in your spirit is not confusion, it's confirmation. It's the pull of destiny trying to drag you into your next season of sudden abundance. Don't ignore it. Don't dismiss it. That restless energy in your soul is the universe telling you, get ready. Chosen one, this isn't just about money. It's about opportunities showing up where there were none. It's about doors opening that no human hand could open. It's about connections aligning that you couldn't have orchestrated even if you tried. Your abundance is not just in material wealth. It's in freedom. It's in peace. It's in finally being able to breathe without fear. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that the very thing you once begged for is now chasing you down. Imagine blessings arriving so quickly that you have to pause just to process what's happening. That's the speed of abundance when divine timing activates. It's faster than your doubts, stronger than your fears, and greater than your past. But here's what I need you to understand. You cannot walk into this season carrying the weight of yesterday's pain. Abundance flows where there is room, and some of you are still holding on to dead weight. Release the bitterness. Release the resentment. Release the idea that things must happen the way you pictured them. Because when abundance comes, it won't look like what you lost. It will look like what you were destined for. Stop trying to fit God's miracle into your small imagination. This is bigger than you can picture. And if you're honest, that's why you've been feeling uncomfortable lately. Because the universe is stretching your capacity, preparing you for overflow. Now listen closely, because this part is for you. Someone has been secretly plotting against your breakthrough, speaking against your name, doubting your potential. But what they don't realize is that every word spoken against you is being turned into fuel for your abundance. Every attempt to delay you has only sharpened your focus. Every rejection has only redirected you to the exact place you needed to be. And now, those same people who dismissed you will have no choice but to witness the suddenness of your rise. They won't even be able to explain it, because abundance that comes from above can't be rationalized by human understanding. It's supernatural. Let me ask you something. What would you do if, within the next 24 hours, a door opened that changed your life completely? Are you ready? Or would you let fear talk you out of stepping into it? Because abundance is not just about what is given to you. It's also about whether you're prepared to receive it. Many people miss their blessing not because it wasn't sent, but because they weren't ready when it arrived. And I refuse to let you be one of them. You've already endured too much to miss what's next. So here's your reminder. Stay alert. Stay in position. Stay faithful even in the silence. Because just when it looks like nothing is happening, that's when the breakthrough hits. Abundance is sneaky like that. It shows up when you least expect it, and it always arrives right, on time. The floodgates are opening faster than you think, chosen one, and when it comes, it won't just bless you. It will spill over into the lives of everyone connected to you. This is bigger than you. This is generational, and it's already on its way. Pause for a second, take a deep breath, and let that truth sink in. Because what you've been waiting for is about to collide with your present reality, and nothing can stop it now. There is a rhythm to abundance, and if you quiet your spirit, you will feel it pulsing all around you. It is in the whispers of the wind, the way doors you never knocked on suddenly open, the way opportunities that once hid from you begin to chase you. Chosen one, what you are stepping into now is not luck. It is alignment. It is divine timing, and nothing and no one can interfere with what has already been written. Your steps may have felt heavy for years, carrying burdens that made no sense, but those same burdens were training your spirit to handle the very weight of blessing that is about to be placed in your hands. Pause for a moment and let that sink in. You are not just stepping into increase, you are stepping into responsibility. You are not just receiving money, you are receiving a mantle. What God is preparing to give you is not just for you. It is meant to flow through you like a river, blessing others who are thirsty, planting seeds in dry places, and reminding the world that favor does not come from man, it comes from above. Some of you may have been overlooked by family, friends, or people who thought they knew your worth. They could not see the treasure hidden within you. They underestimated the soil you were planted in, not realizing that hidden seeds sprout in silence before breaking through the surface. And now, suddenly, you are about to break through. What was concealed is about to be revealed. The world is about to see what God has been preparing all along, and those who laughed at your struggle will be silenced by your rise. Do you feel that trembling in your chest right now? That is confirmation. You are not hearing this message by accident. Every delay you faced was preparing the exact timing of your release. If your blessing had arrived earlier, you might not have been ready to hold it. If it came too soon, you might have squandered it, or worse, let others manipulate it out of your hands. But now you have wisdom. You have discernment. You have spiritual eyes that can see beyond appearances. And because of this, sudden abundance can safely find its home in you. Chosen one, this is the moment you've been sensing in your spirit for years. That restlessness you felt, the inner knowing that something big is coming. This is it. The financial increase, the unexpected opportunities, the phone calls that change everything, the open doors that you didn't even knock on. All of it is about to meet you at once. It will feel like a flood, overwhelming at first, because you are stepping out of famine into overflow. But don't be afraid. Don't shrink back. You were made for this, and I must warn you, when this sudden abundance arrives, it will expose the hearts of people around you. Some will celebrate with you, but others will reveal hidden jealousy and resentment. Do not be surprised when old friends resurface, not because they care, but because they sense your glow. Do not be shocked when people who once ignored you suddenly want to be close. This is why discernment is critical. Abundance attracts both love and leeches. But remember this, no counterfeit can stop a chosen one who walks in divine protection. Your abundance will not only transform your life, but will also become evidence to others of what happens when faith is tested and refined. People will look at you and wonder, how did they survive all that and still come out shining? They will see the blessing, but never fully understand the breaking that prepared you for it. Let them wonder. Let them speculate. Their curiosity is just another way God uses you as a living testimony. And here's the most beautiful part. You will not have to chase this abundance. It will chase you. You won't have to beg for it, manipulate for it, or exhaust yourself, trying to force it. The abundance is already assigned to you. It already has your name on it. Like a river flowing downstream, it is making its way toward you, and nothing can stop what has already been ordained. So get ready. Prepare your heart. Expand your vision. Make room in your life for more, Because sudden abundance doesn't knock. Politely, it floods in. And when it does, the only thing you'll be able to say is, "Only God could have done this." Do you feel it? That strange restlessness in your spirit, the sense that something is shifting in the unseen. It's not your imagination. It's the whisper of abundance rushing toward you faster than you can measure with time. The delays that once held you hostage have been shattered. What was locked away is now being released. And it is no coincidence that you are hearing this in this exact moment. You are aligned with a flow that cannot be stopped. Chosen one, abundance doesn't always arrive the way you expect it. Sometimes it's not money first. It's people, opportunities, open doors, divine connections. You may notice someone suddenly reaching out to help you, or a door opening in a place you least thought possible. These are not random. They are the first drops of a downpour that's about to drench your entire life. The universe is sending you forerunners of the abundance that is on its way, proof that momentum has already begun. Pause for a moment and imagine yourself stepping into a room filled with every resource you ever lacked. Love, support, finances, creativity, peace. The truth is, that room has always existed, but you were kept on the outside because the timing wasn't aligned. Now the door is creaking open. Can you hear it? Can you sense it? This is why the tension around you has been so heavy lately. The closer you get to abundance, the more resistance rises to try and scare you back into old limitations. But you will not go back. The power of abundance is already in motion, and it is unstoppable. Let this sink in. What took years to build is about to collapse in days, and what looked impossible yesterday is about to show up today. That's how sudden abundance works. It defies every logical timeline. It will confuse those who doubted you. They will look at your life and say, "How did this happen so quickly?" But you will know it was never you. It was destiny moving at full speed. And here's the wild part. Abundance doesn't wait for you to be fully ready. It arrives in such a way that forces you to rise. That's why you've been feeling stretched, tested, uncomfortable. You're being expanded to hold what's coming. Think about it. If a container is too small, the blessing will overflow and be wasted. That's why you've been pushed beyond your limits lately. It was preparation for capacity. The universe is enlarging your spirit so nothing that belongs to you will be lost. Let me ask you, have you noticed sudden bursts of clarity, like flashes of inspiration, ideas or visions of your future? That is abundance leaking into your reality before it fully arrives. It's like thunder before a storm. You're hearing the sound before seeing the rain, and when it hits, it won't be a drizzle, it will be a flood. This is why you must stay anchored. Abundance is fast, but if you're not grounded, it can overwhelm you. Money without wisdom, opportunities without discernment, connections without boundaries, these can destroy instead of bless. That's why you've been trained in the fire. The delay was not punishment. It was equipping you with the maturity to steward what others would have wasted. Chosen one, the sudden abundance that is racing toward you will feel like a dream at first. You'll pinch yourself and wonder if it's real. But the beauty is, it won't fade when you wake up. This isn't temporary. It's lasting because it's divinely timed. Everything you lost is returning multiplied. Every tear you cried is being cashed out as joy. Every closed door is being replaced by gates so wide you'll hardly recognize the limitations you once lived under. Stay alert, because the signs are already surrounding you. Pay attention to repeating numbers, unexpected gifts, conversations that seem too perfect to be random. These are the footprints of abundance on its way to your doorstep. And when it arrives, it won't just change your life, it will overflow into the lives of everyone connected to you. That's the mark of true abundance. It's never just for you, it's designed to elevate others through you. The shift is here, chosen one. Abundance is no longer a distant promise. It's a present reality, accelerating toward you faster than you can imagine. You're about to step into a season where sudden becomes your new normal. Are you ready to receive it? Or will you let doubt push it away? The choice is in your hands, but the opportunity is already in motion. Part 13, you can feel it in the air around you. A shift so undeniable that your spirit knows something is already unfolding. It's not just hope anymore, it's alignment. The resistance that used to block you is weakening, the doors that stayed shut are starting to creak open, and the opportunities you once thought were far beyond your reach are now being positioned right in front of you. This isn't coincidence, this is divine orchestration. Abundance is no longer some far-off dream for you. It's on its way, closer than your doubts want you to believe. And the most astonishing part? It's coming faster than you think. There were times you looked at your bank account and wondered how you were going to make it through the month. Times you felt the weight of lack pressing down on you so hard that even your prayers felt like they were echoing into silence. But what you couldn't see then was that God was planting seeds in the dark, working behind the curtain of your life, preparing a harvest that would not just feed you for a season, but sustain you for a lifetime. What once felt like delay was really preservation. What looked like rejection was actually divine protection. Right now, people who overlooked you are about to see your name in rooms they thought you could never enter. Strangers are going to mention your gifts in conversations you weren't invited to, and opportunities are going to flow toward you without you having to chase them. The struggle, the pressure, the years of grinding with little to show, they were not in vain. They were a setup for this exact moment. A moment when God pours out so much blessing that it leaves you speechless. And I need you to understand this. Abundance doesn't just mean money. It's peace that can't be disturbed. It's health in your body. It's clarity in your mind. It's relationships that uplift you instead of drain you. It's walking into a room and knowing you are covered, favored, and unshakable. When sudden abundance arrives, it touches every area of your life. The same way storms never ask permission to come, neither does your blessing. It shows up and shifts everything overnight. Don't be surprised if things start moving quickly now. One connection leads to another. One yes leads to doors you didn't even know existed. That's why your preparation was so important. God couldn't release this abundance before, because you weren't ready to carry it. But now, you've been sharpened, humbled, strengthened, and tested. And because you didn't give up, because you didn't let bitterness harden you, because you kept showing up even when no one was clapping, you are about to receive more than you asked for. This is why you feel the pressure intensifying right now. That pressure is the final push before breakthrough. That uneasiness in your spirit, that's because your old life can't contain the blessing that's coming. The same way new wine needs new wineskins, your abundance requires a new version of you. That's why people are falling away. That's why habits you once tolerated feel unbearable now. It's not punishment. It's preparation for the speed of blessings about to hit your life. I want you to imagine this. Waking up one morning and realizing the email you've been waiting for is finally in your inbox. The payment that seemed delayed suddenly clears. The connection you've been praying for suddenly reaches out. Imagine one yes, rewriting years of struggle in an instant. That's how quickly sudden abundance arrives. You can't time it, you can't predict it, but when it hits, it changes everything. So stay alert. Stay expectant. Don't get distracted by temporary storms when your permanent breakthrough is so close. Right now, heaven is moving pieces on your behalf, aligning circumstances that would take you years to plan. You are about to be in the right place at the right time, and you won't even be able to explain it except to say, "This had to be God." Pause for a second and let that sink in. What's coming to you will not just bless you, it will overflow into the lives of others. Your abundance isn't just for you, it's for your family. It's for the generations after you. It's for the strangers who will be inspired by your story. The same people who whispered that you were failing will have to witness how you rise. They won't be able to deny the sudden shift in your life. You've waited, you've endured, you've trusted, and now your reward is closer than it has ever been. Get ready, chosen one, because sudden abundance is about to knock on your door faster than you think. And now, chosen one, we arrive at the final truth. The moment your soul has been preparing for. The moment your spirit has been whispering about when you were down on your knees, wondering if all the battles, the tears, the betrayals, the long nights of silence were worth it. The sudden abundance you are about to walk into is not random. It is not luck. It is not chance. It is divine order. It is the universe, heaven, and destiny aligning in perfect rhythm, delivering to you what was always yours, but hidden until you were ready. This is not about just wealth in the material sense, but wealth of peace, wealth of joy, wealth of opportunities that unlock every locked door. Can you feel it? That shift in the atmosphere around you. It's not your imagination. The energy around you is rearranging itself because your name has been written on blessings that no one else can claim. You must understand something crucial. This abundance is coming faster than you think because your alignment has accelerated. What would have taken others years is about to manifest for you in months, even weeks, even days. That's why things feel intense. That's why the pressure has been unbearable at times, because diamonds are only formed under extreme conditions. And now that the refining is done, the breakthrough must come forth. There will be people who won't recognize you anymore. There will be people who will question how you went from invisible to unstoppable in such a short time. They'll call it unfair. They'll call it sudden. But you'll know it wasn't sudden. It was years in the making. Hidden battles no one saw, scars that never made it to the surface, prayers whispered in darkness. That's what built the foundation for this sudden abundance. You are stepping into a season where connections will flow to you without force. The right people, the right opportunities, the right doors will align as if they were waiting for you. Money will chase you instead of you chasing it. Ideas will overflow and solutions will appear as if downloaded straight from a higher source. Even your enemies will have to admit that something greater is guiding you. They won't be able to block it, sabotage it, or explain it away. Your glow will speak louder than their gossip, your rise louder than their resistance. But let me remind you, abundance requires responsibility. It's not just about what comes to you, but what flows through you. You were chosen to carry this because you won't hoard it, you won't waste it, you won't destroy yourself with it. You'll multiply it, you'll share it, you'll build with it. That's why it's coming to you and not to them. You've been trained to handle it. Others would have crumbled under the weight, but you will stand. Others would have forgotten where they came from, but you will remember. Others would have used it to feed their ego, but you will use it to lift others. There will be a moment, and it's coming sooner than you imagine, where you'll look around and realize that you are living the life you once begged for. You'll see prayers answered in physical form. You'll stand in places you once dreamed of, holding things you once thought were impossible. And in that moment, gratitude will overwhelm you, because you'll know deep down it wasn't just your effort. It was divine timing, chosen one. Listen carefully. Abundance is not approaching. It is already here, hovering at the edge of your reality, waiting for you to claim it with faith, with action, with courage. Do not shrink back. Do not second-guess yourself. Do not delay what heaven has already released. Walk boldly. Speak with authority. Move as if it's already yours, because in truth it is. And as you do, everything you touch will multiply. Every step you take will expand your territory. Every door you knock on will fly open. So now I ask you, are you ready? Are you truly ready to walk into the life you were created for? Because sudden abundance is coming faster than you think. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Step into it. Claim it. Live it. This is your season. This is your moment. This is your divine inheritance. The wait is over. The blessing is here. The abundance has arrived.